YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to the latest episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. And welcome also to the best damn community here on YouTube, no question. So we're officially in the holiday shopping season, and I'm officially done going near any retail establishments. You got tempers and parking lots flaring already, and people are just going crazy right now.
Where's your Christmas spirit? That's better.
But hey, shopping online is a good thing, right? Better believe it. Anyway, as you may or may not know, in November of 2025, silver was added to the U.S. critical mineral list by our government. So what does that mean for those of us who actively stack it, and what could it lead to in the future? Well, in today's video, I'm going to go over just that and a whole hell of a lot more, so take it away, Bundy.
Let's rock.
Alright, so before we get into what all this means, we kind of have to understand exactly what the U.S. critical minerals list is, and simply, it's a government-issued list that identifies 60 minerals that are vital to the U.S. economy and national security that face potential risk from disrupted supply chains. They're that important. Now, gold isn't on the list, but some that we'd recognize that are platinum, palladium, rhodium, and now silver. So in a nutshell, that's what the critical minerals list is, and silver has definitely found its place on it due to its vital use for electrical circuits, batteries, solar cells, antibacterial medical instruments, military applications, and so much more. So what does all this mean for silver? Well, again, when the U.S. government designates a material as a critical mineral, it's not just a label. It's a major economic and national security signal, basically. And it means Washington now recognizes that silver is essential to America's infrastructure, its technology, and energy future, and that any disruption in supply would pose a real risk to the country's economic strength and national security. In a nutshell, silver is no longer viewed solely as a precious metal or even speculative investment. It's now a strategic asset that the United States has to secure, protect, and prioritize. But here's the inherent problem. Here it is. Silver's been running at an above-ground deficit for a few years now. Specifically, 2025 is going to mark the 5th year in a row, 5 years, that demand has outpaced supply. And let's not forget that mining costs are going to do nothing but go up as well, which throws another monkey wrench into the equation. And when all these factors are combined, it means strength in silver price. Now, I don't believe for even a second that the crazy price hikes we've seen in 2025 were a mirage of some kind that'll fade down the road. Silver is marching onward and upward in price, and it's probably only going to go higher at some point. Let's just face the reality. I personally think the new floor is in the low 40s. Low 40s for silver. At worst. At worst. Now, just how critical has silver supply become? Well, as I mentioned earlier, 2025 is the 5th straight year that silver supply has operated at a deficit, and it's in the millions of ounces. And that problem, it can be traced to the foundation, and that's silver mine production, which has basically stagnated over the past decade due to several factors, and they are: number one, low quality silver at existing mines. And that's been the lowest quality in decades. Now remember, a lot of mined silver is a byproduct coming out of copper and zinc mines, so dedicated silver mines are suffering. Number two, limited exploration. Look, finding new mines, it costs money, and the miners are having trouble drumming up financial support. Number three, long delays of 7 to 10 years. 7 to 10 years from the discovery of silver to production status. That's a long time. Number four, stricter environmental regulations. These are driving up costs and approval timeframes, so it's making it worse. Now, all these factors, look, they point into undeniable projections that estimate global silver mine output will reach approximately 835 million ounces by the end of 2025, and that represents a 7% decline from peak production levels way back in 2016. And that downward trend shows very little sign of reversing in the near term. Now, at present, the gap between worldwide silver consumption and production has created a silver shortfall of nearly, get this, 800 million ounces, or comparatively, nearly 1 full year of silver production. And unless new sources are found or a massive, massive sell-off occurs, these numbers aren't changing anytime soon, folks. Alright, so I'm getting ready to wrap this video up, but before I do, let's go over how all of this could potentially, emphasis on potentially, affect silver in 2026. Now, with silver's new status, Federal agencies are expected to support domestic mining and refining. So the trouble those miners were having might be backed up by the government here very shortly. They're looking to build more resilient supply chains, and they're encouraging stockpiling and long-term industrial procurement. But here's the key investment takeaway. This is where we come in. These policies take years, we already said it, 7 to 10 years, to produce meaningful supply growth, while demand could go up immediately, and that creates a scenario where physical silver becomes harder to source, premiums paid for bullion coins and bars increase, industrial users and governments they begin competing more heavily with investors, and price volatility might rise, and likely in favor of those already holding physical silver. Congratulations, you made it. Oh, look, 2026 might just mark the beginning of a period where silver transitions from, let's say, an undervalued metal to a strategic resource. That's huge, and the markets will probably start pricing it accordingly very quickly. All right, there you have it, short and sweet. So we can definitely nail down the price increases for this year to at least two major factors, and that's the economy and geopolitical climate and the deficit of millions of ounces of silver. There are more factors, obviously, but these are the most recognizable. I think that was actually 3, not 2. But what do you guys think is driving the price of silver up? And what's your outlook for 2026, up or down? I'll be sure to leave your comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. You guys know I love going through them. You guys already know that. So make sure you sound off, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Tack. And if you made it this far, hell, I'm just as shocked as you are. But kudos to you. I'll definitely catch up with you in the next episode. But in the meantime, yeah, you know what's up.
What do you want to do with your life?
I want to stack.
Damn right. Get stacked. Stay safe and be well, everyone. And be sure to catch me in my silver journey this Wednesday and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Stacker's Corner. We have a lot of fun, and we have a lot of fantastic folks in the chat. And if you need a link, just look under my post. But until then, I am out of here. Peace, folks. Have a great week ahead. Take care.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.